Guilloché vintage Alhambra bracelet in 18 karat yellow gold. And then I have the 5 motif bracelet in the vintage Alhambra size in white mother of pearl and 18 karat yellow gold. And then my most recent purchase, if you follow my channel, you know that I just got these recently and I uploaded a unboxing, review, insights video about them. So this is the newest piece in my collection. It is the Sweet Alhambra size in 18 karat rose gold, hammered, the hammered gold. So I got these really recently. They are really hard to get, and I just was very lucky that the SA reached out to me that she had 1 pair of them and did I want to purchase them, and I was like, yes, of course I want to purchase them. So I bought them that day and received them a couple of days later. So really lucky to get these pieces. The hammered gold is really hard to get, especially the 5 motif bracelet in the vintage size. It's almost impossible. Like, there was a wait list, and then there wasn't a wait list. They weren't even taking any more people on the wait list. And then when they were making people pay like 100% of the product and then sit on a wait list for like 6 months or 9 months or however long. So the hammered pieces are super hard to get. So I was really lucky to score these pieces. Now, the final piece in my collection that I let go recently is actually the vintage Alhambra necklace pendant it was in the rose gold and the grey mother of pearl. So this being the white mother of pearl, it was the grey mother of pearl version of that. It was really beautiful, and you can see videos on my channel all about that and me wearing it. I will link everything in the description. But basically the reason I let it go was because mother of pearl is quite high maintenance, and you can't get it wet, you can't swim in it. Like, there were so many things that I couldn't do, and it can't wear, can't spray perfume, which is really hard when it's a pendant. I mean, how, like, you can't spray perfume there, you can't put lotion there. Everything that you put on your skin on mother of pearl can dull it, and the water can actually shrink the stone. So I just felt like it was really high maintenance for a necklace and just kind of too hard basket. I really liked it. It was really beautiful. The grey shines into this really beautiful pink green sort of color, but I just feel like for a necklace I need something that is like way easier to look after. I just can't, you know, have mother of pearl on my neck when I can't even wear perfume or like put moisturizer on or sunscreen, especially because I'm in Australia. I mean, I need to put sunscreen on like constantly. So I just found it too hard to look after, so that's why I let it go. But the good thing about Van Cleef & Arpels is that it retains its value. So I actually sold it pretty much for what I paid for it, but years later. So that was really awesome. Do I regret selling it? I mean, I think I would love another pendant, but I just need something like way easier to maintain. Something like maybe the onyx that, you know, you can shower in, you don't have to really worry about it. So that would be my next thought when I'm going for a pendant again. So that was my first piece, the grey mother of pearl vintage Alhambra necklace. I had it extended by 5 centimeters, so it sat sort of about here. The original length is quite short, and I just feel like it's a bit choky on me. It is annoying because pretty much all of the high-end jewellery houses, they make their necklaces like 16-inch and like 40 centimeters, and it's just, to me, it's just like here, and I feel like I'm being choked by it. So I always prefer longer necklaces. So they do extend them free of charge for the first year, and it was an extension of 5 centimeters. I think if you go anything over that, they then charge you, I think. So I extended it to 5 centimeters, but in future, if I got another vintage Alhambra pendant, I probably would extend it even longer, so it's more sort of like this length, because this is the length I feel comfortable with a necklace. I don't feel like I'm being choked by it. Okay, first of all, let's talk about the Guilloché. A quick sort of recap on my story of getting it and some information about it. Okay, so it is solid 18 karat yellow gold. It is very heavy. I do wonder if the earrings are really heavy in it. Like, I probably wouldn't, for me, buy these in an earring, because I just feel like it would just be so heavy, given how heavy the bracelet is with the 5 motifs. So previously with this one, you couldn't repair the motifs if they got scratched, but I have heard recently that now they have changed it so that if you scratch your motifs, they can actually repair it. But I do wonder, so because this is solid gold, right? You're paying for the brand and you're paying for the gold weight. If they repair a motif and charge you for it, do they keep the old motif? That's what I would like to know. Because one motif is pretty heavy on its own. So do they then keep the gold, or do they give it back to you so that you could like melt it down and make it into something else? That's an interesting thought, isn't it? I'd love to know the answer if anyone knows. If anyone's had their guilloché repaired or replaced, have they given it back to you, the motif, to do something else with, or have they just kept it? So yeah, that is the latest on the guilloché range. You can have them repaired if you scratch them. Previously, if you scratched it, you just have to suck it up, and that's just how it was. They do scratch really easily, but because they have this sort of sundial appearance, the sun and the light sort of reflects off it, so the scratches are not obvious anyway. I don't baby this because I don't really see the point in buying jewellery to then baby it and not wear it like in a carefree way. So I don't really mind if it scratches, just like, you know, my Cartier Love bracelet, whatever, it's scratched all over, that's fine. So yeah, very, very, very heavy in comparison to the white mother of pearl. This is a lot lighter. The gold is a lot heavier. So if you're thinking about buying this piece, just be aware that it is quite heavy on your wrist. I had it shortened to 18 centimeters. For reference, I wear a size 17 in my Cartier Love bracelet. So the way that they shortened mine, because they used to do the shortening in 2 links, right? So if you take a look at the links, 1 link used to be 2. So like this, 1 and 2, right? So they would take off 4 links to make it 18 centimeters, but that would be really 8 of these. So like 1, 2 is classified as 1 link. But the latest I have heard is that you can take off individual links now. You don't need to do like 2, you can just do 1. So that's really good, because the way that they have done my bracelets is it's uneven. So see how this has 1, 2, 3. Here, 1, 2, 3. Here, 1, 2, 3. Here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? And then 1 here and 1 here. So previously that's the only way you could do it, and if you wanted it 18 centimeters, it would be uneven. Like the motifs are not evenly spaced. The end one is slightly longer. And that is the same on both of my bracelets. They've done both of them that way. The end one is longer as well. But now you can actually do it so that they're even. Like you could get them to take out just like 1 individual link, or which is so much better. I wish that they did that when I had this, but mine are now out of the year period where you can extend or shorten for free. So if I wanted to do it now, I would have to pay for it. And I'm quite happy with their length now at 18 centimeters. But in future, if I do buy another 5 motif bracelet, I think I would like it to be evenly spaced. Next one is the white mother of pearl. I actually got this as a Mother's Day gift from my kids, which is really special. This guilloché one I bought when I sold my unit, because it's a bit more of an expensive piece. I wanted to really splurge. This has gone up so much now. I feel like this is like at least $1,000 Australian more than what I paid when I bought it. So I'm glad that I got that when it was not as expensive as it is now. So yeah, this one was a Mother's Day present. I don't know if you can get the full effect of the mother of pearl with me being inside, but I do have other white mother of pearl pieces, and this, like the shine on the Van Cleef & Arpels mother of pearl is not really comparable to, you know, other mother of pearl. It's really beautiful, and because it is a natural material, it does have like uneven bits in it. It's not completely flat. They all sort of shine a different color. It's just amazing and like incredibly beautiful. The craftsmanship is amazing. There is not one tiny bit out of place. Like it is pretty well perfection. They are hand set, so they make this gold casing and then they will put the mother of pearl in and then lock it in with these 4 little spikes, I guess you would call them. So yeah, Van Cleef & Arpels is all handmade. It's the same with the guilloché. You can see they make the outside bit and then they sit the middle bit inside and lock it in pretty much. So the attention to detail with Van Cleef & Arpels is incredible and perfection, and that's what you would expect from a very expensive jewellery house like this. Now with the sweet earrings in the hammered size, I just want to show you the difference between the pink gold and the yellow gold. You see that? Van Cleef & Arpels pink gold is pretty pink compared to the yellow. So I don't know whether the pink gold would suit all skin types. I have quite a pink undertone to my skin as it is, so it does kind of, I don't know if it really gets lost in my ears, but I think yellow gold stands out more against my pink complexion. But I did want to take these because they were the only ones available, and I didn't have a choice. I mean, I couldn't get the yellow gold. I probably would have got the yellow gold had I had the option, but they're so hard to get in the hammered, it's just pretty much impossible to even get them. I do see a lot of people say online that this earring backing is so difficult to put on and off. Now it does loosen after doing it a few times, but pretty much, like, I already was used to this sort of earring back because it's exactly the same earring back that I have on my Bulgari studs. So I already knew how to use it and it was not an issue for me. But people that are not used to this style of earring back will find it really difficult. So pretty much it's a squeeze together. So as you can see on the sides, there's two squeezy bits, right? Opposite to my fingers. So what you have to do is squeeze them together to open the hole enough to be able to get your earring post through, right? But that's a locking mechanism of how it stays on and how you're not going to lose your earrings. So you kind of need to master it. So it's a squeeze together, and then you can see, if you can see on this one, it has like a dent, like a divot in the post, right? So it's a squeeze together, stick your post in, right? And click, and it clicks into place and it can't come off, like, because when you squeeze it, you're opening the mechanism to be able to put your post in, right? Put your post in and it clamps down around it, right? So you can't, like, it won't come off. When I have the earrings on like that, they kind of stick out of my ear too much, so I always push them in more like that, right? Because I don't have a lot of fat in my earlobes. I think as you get older and you lose collagen around your face and elasticity in your skin, you also lose it in your earlobes. So I find that I don't have as much fat in my earlobes as I once did, so I have to wear these more like that, right? But I know that if they loosen in my sleep, click, they're locked in and they're not going to come off anyway. So they're really, really safe earrings, which I love. But yeah, this is the difference in the size of the sweet versus the vintage. If you want to do your girl math, the sweet size is really expensive for what you get. So these were about 4.5 Australian, like 4,500 in Australia. This bracelet I think maybe is about 9,000-ish now in Australia, and I think this one might be about 7,000-ish in Australia. So these being 4.5 are kind of, well, not quite, but kind of like half the price of a bracelet. And look at the size difference, okay? But if you want earrings, you have no other option but to buy sweet size or vintage size. Now with the earrings, the vintage size, you get 2 motifs and it's pretty much the same price as the 5 motif bracelet, but you're only getting 2 motifs. And when you buy a necklace, the necklace is just slightly more than these earrings. Oh no, the necklace, yeah, the necklace is sort of slightly more than these earrings, but you get 1 motif. So if you're looking for value for money, you would always go the 5 motif bracelet because you're going to get so many more large motifs for the cost. But price per wear, I'm going to wear these every single day. I'm not going to wear this every single day. I maybe wear my bracelets once a week or once a fortnight. Like, I don't really wear them that much. I am a theatre nurse, so I can't really wear any jewellery at work apart from my necklace and my studs. I can't wear bracelets at all, ever at work, and it's only really on the weekends when I'm able to wear a bracelet or really put any of my jewellery on. So the cost per wear on these, because I wear them every day, is pretty much nothing. If you So you have a choice, right? The vintage size is pretty massive on the ear, right? So if you imagine that on my ear, that is not something that I could just wear every day. It would be super uncomfortable to sleep in, and I feel like it looks pretty dressy. Whereas these blend in, they look really pretty, but they're not too much, like they're not too flashy that I'm going to draw attention to my ears. And they're comfy. They're really nice to sleep in. I don't even notice them. They don't bother me. I take them out like once a week to give them a good clean, and then I put them back in. Like, they're super low maintenance, really great little earrings. But if you are wanting Van Cleef & Arpels earrings, these are really expensive for what you get. Like, they're tiny. When I first opened the box, I was like, whoa, they're so small, because I bought them through my essay online. I hadn't seen them before I bought them. I hadn't seen any of these things before I bought them because I don't live near a store. But I was a little bit shocked at how small they were, because they're pretty well teeny tiny. But they're comfy in my ears. They're comfy to sleep in. They're solid 18 karat rose gold. I can swim in them. I can go in the ocean. I can wash my hair. No dramas. You don't have to worry with solid gold about anything. You can do absolutely anything you want in your solid gold earrings, and they're not going to get damaged. So that is the difference between buying a stone, a semi-precious stone, say like any of them from Van Cleef & Arpels. They recommend that you don't swim, you don't shower in them, you don't wash your hair in them. If it's on your wrist, you don't do the dishes in them, you don't clean your house in them. Like, you can't really, no perfume, no creams, no sunscreen, no nothing on them. And every time you take them off, you're supposed to wipe them clean, wipe the natural oils from your skin off of them. Like, they're pretty high maintenance. Something like your solid gold, you can do whatever you want in it. The only issue is it's going to get some scratches on it, but otherwise it's completely fine to do whatever you want in. So with the stones that Van Cleef offers, there is a Mohs hardness scale, which I will put up for you. I didn't make this hardness scale, but I do reference it sometimes to check, you know, the hardness of the different stones and which one is going to be less maintenance. So this is a really good informative tool to have a look at before you purchase any stones from Van Cleef & Arpels. Just check out the stone that you're thinking about buying, check out the Mohs hardness scale, and whether or not you think it's something that you're going to have to baby or something that's low maintenance to suit your lifestyle. So yeah, white mother of pearl, or any mother of pearl, is really quite soft and prone to scratching and prone to shrinkage. So you have to be very, very careful with your mother of pearl. Whereas something like the onyx, the blue agate, and the carnelian, I think are like a 7 on the Mohs hardness scale. So they are pretty robust and you don't really need to baby them. Whereas I think mother of pearl might be like a 4 or a 5 on the Mohs hardness scale. So you have to be really careful with it. They can replace the stones. So if you are one of those people that want to wear your Van Cleef & Arpels bracelets constantly and do everything in them, just be aware that you are going to pay to have the stones replaced. And generally they won't replace one motif, right? Because they need the whole thing to match. It needs to be uniform. So when they are replacing something, they want to replace all 5 motifs. So you have to pay for them all to be replaced. So that is another thing to think about if you want to wear them all the time and you don't want to baby them. You can replace it, but it is going to cost a lot. Like, I don't know how much it is, but it would be like $150 or something per motif, something like that. So yeah, what do you reckon about my collection? What do you think I should add? I'm seriously considering the blue agate 5 motif bracelet. They have just bought out limited numbers in the blue agate vintage pendant and the vintage earrings, which look really beautiful, and they're only available for a limited time. And yeah, I don't know if they're going to be super hard to get your hands on. There is rumors circulating that they will add the blue agate to the permanent collection, but nothing's confirmed yet. It's only, maybe it's like a trial to see how popular it is, I don't know. But I'm seriously considering the blue agate bracelet or another pair of the sweet earrings. Because I don't like to take them out, I probably would go with like black onyx, which might be a bit dramatic against my light hair and light white skin, but I think next to the hammered gold they would look nice. The other ones that I really like the look of is the sweet Alhambra in the turquoise, but that only comes with white gold, 18 karat white gold, and I don't own anything white gold, so I don't know whether it would look a bit silly just having one random pair of white gold earrings that matches nothing else in my collection. So I'm thinking, it's my birthday coming up in November, so I'm in deep thought of what to get next. Yeah, so that's all. Leave me your suggestions. What do you think I should add to my collection? I do have a video on my whole jewellery collection on my channel. If you want to check that out, I will link that in the description as well. But yeah, I don't know what to add next or what to get for my birthday, so please leave me some suggestions and tell me what you think that I should get to add to my collection. Anywho, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching. I hope this video was informative, even though it was kind of like all over the place and I'm a bit sweaty. I didn't want to put the fan on or the aircon on because then you guys can hear it in the video and it would be quite irritating. So I just kind of sweated it out for you guys. But yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and like this video, because then that'll push it out to lots of other people. The more people like it, the more the algorithm will push it out. So yeah, thanks for that. Have a great day. See ya.